Okay, the students kindly mute your audio. Okay, so we did learn two chapters in Unit 1. Chapter number 1 was an introduction to the world of retailing. So, where we learned the basic concepts of retailing as to what is retailing, who are retailers, how they add value, what are the job opportunities for MBA students in the field of retailing, then the retail mix elements. Okay. Then in chapter 2, we learned the various types of retailers. So I repeat, the classification of the retailers is only for brick and mortar retailers. So I repeat, the classification was only for brick and mortar retailers. When I say brick and mortar, store based retailers like Walmart, Future Group, Reliance Retail, and so on. But now, okay, there is a new strategy in the retail industry which is called as the omni channel, OMNI, omni channel strategy. Okay, the retailers are making their presence felt in both the channels. Okay, physical stores, offline as well as online. So I repeat, physical stores, through physical stores, that is offline as well as online. Okay, so Walmart, if we consider, so Walmart is a Fortune number one company, world's largest company. Okay, so this company is a brick and mortar retailer, means store based retailer. But Walmart is also venturing into online retailing by way of, okay, instead of setting up their own infrastructure, Walmart is entering into online retailing by way of acquisitions. It's not only in India that Walmart has acquired Flipkart, India's largest online store. Okay, but in different countries, Walmart is continuously acquiring the popular online retailers so that, okay, they can enter into online store as well. But omni-channel exactly, okay, is not that where a retailer is present in through store offline as well as online, where both the offline and online channels are integrated. Okay, so I repeat, omni-channel strategy deals with a strategy where the offline as well as online channels of a retailer are integrated. Okay, so that is what we call it as omni-channel strategy. So about which we'll learn more, okay, in coming chapters. So this chapter number 5 deals with retail market strategy. So if you can recall in semester 1 marketing management, okay, we learned about market strategy or just strategy. Okay, so where we learned segment, identifying the customer needs, segmentation, targeting, and positioning. And for the selected target markets, the company develops a marketing mix. The process is similar here. Okay, the retailer identifies the customer needs. Okay, then accordingly, okay, he identifies and targets the customer segments, then develops sustainable competitive advantage, which is known as positioning. And then for the selected target markets, the retailer develops a retail mix strategy. Okay, so this is the background about the topic retail market strategy. Okay, so the first slide enables us to understand the components in a retail strategy or elements in retail strategy. So there are three elements in retail strategy: target market, retail format, and sustainable competitive advantage. Okay, so first let's understand what is the target market. So we are familiar with the term target market. Okay, so a company considers, okay, different variables to divide the market. Okay, so this process is known as segmentation. And after dividing the market into meaningful market segments, the company chooses to target certain segments, not all segments. So the selected segments become target market for a company. So the market segments toward which target markets are the market segments toward which the retailer plans to focus its resources and retail mix. Okay, say for example, if you have learnt about Lilliput, okay, which was a store, okay, targeting children. Okay, and Ginny and Johnny is another apparel and accessory retail store that targets children. So children are the target market for Ginny and Johnny. Wildcraft. Okay, the target market is a based on psychological variable adventure enthusiast. Okay, for travel, trekking, and camping. Okay, so this is the target market of Wildcraft. So this way, the target markets are the market segments toward which the retailer plans to focus its resources and retail mix. The retail mix will be developed based on the taste and preferences of the target customers in the target market. Second element is retail format. Okay. See, this retail format is nothing but what we have learned in chapter number 2, types of retailers. So whether it is going to be a food retailer or a non-food retail store. So if it is going to be a food retail store, is it going to be a supermarket, hypermarket, super center, or a warehouse club or a convenience store? If it is going to be a general merchandise retail store, okay, is it going to be a discount store, off value retailers, extreme value retailers, drug store, specialty store, category specialist, and so on. And for each type of store or each type of retail format, okay, as I already mentioned, they develop a different retail mix strategies. These include the merchandise, location of the store, okay, and then pricing, communication, customer service, okay, and yeah, so these are the elements of retail mix. So each store format will have, okay, its own retail mix based on the selection of the target market, which I will consider the examples and illustrations. Then third element of the retail strategy is a sustainable competitive advantage. Okay. See, no need to get confused. Sustainable competitive advantage is nothing but positioning of the retail store or retail format. Okay, a unique image created in the minds of the target customers is nothing but sustainable competitive advantage. Okay, so this is nothing but an advantage over the competition. This is nothing but an advantage over the competition. Okay, so we'll learn these elements in detail. Okay. Yeah. So this is a retail strategy of Ginny and Johnny. We are going to consider as an illustration to learn about the elements of retail strategy. Okay. So those who have visited Urban Oasis Mall in Hubballi, so they have a store in first floor, Ginny and Johnny. So you might have visited the similar place in other, okay, similar store in other places also. And there was one more in the beginning called as the Lilliput, but which was closed due to losses. In fact, many of the, okay, stores targeting children, okay, have closed down. Okay, it is all due to consumer behavior or consumer attitude. See, the decision makers for children apparels and accessories are parents. Okay, and the article which I read in Business World, Okay, business today it was the reason for a closure of many children's apparel stores. Parents do not give much importance to children clothing. Okay, so these stores offer stylish, trendy, high quality apparel and accessories for children. So first attitude of parents, majority of the parents did not give importance to children's clothing, style and trend. And second important reason was so these prices were quite expensive. So prices were quite expensive. So that is the reason why so most of the stores are closed. Very few children stores are now continued to manage. So students, please excuse me for just 2 to 3 minutes. I'll get back to you. I'm going to just pause it. Okay, I'm going to pause the recording. Yeah, sorry for the inconvenience. I hope you can hear me, everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. And
Yes, sir.
yeah, and the slide is clear, right? PowerPoint slide.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So we were talking about the retail strategy, okay, which I will consider for the illustration of what exactly retail strategy is. So those who have not visited the store, no need, no problem. You can see it in the image as well as we are going to learn about the same. So Ginny and Johnny strategy summarized. Target market of Ginny and Johnny. Urban children between 0 to 10 years. Okay, they have the merchandise for children who reside in urban areas aged between 0 to 10 years. Retail format. Okay, so it's a specialty apparel store and located in malls and central business districts. So retail format or type of store is specialty store. We call it specialty apparel store. Location of the store is malls. Urban Oasis Mall in Hubballi, as I mentioned. Central Business District means market area, the regular market area of a town. Okay, so Lilliput store, which I mentioned, closed down. Okay, it was there in Hubballi on Kopika Road in the Central Business District or regular market area. Then basis for building sustainable competitive advantage or how Ginny and Johnny has positioned itself because children's clothing is available in other unorganized retailers as well as competitors of Ginny and Johnny. So Ginny and Johnny positions itself as a branded styled merchandise of high quality. So I repeat, sustainable competitive advantage. Okay, or competitive advantage of Ginny and Johnny over its competitors is Ginny and Johnny provides branded, styled merchandise of high quality. Okay, so let us learn in more detail. A target market and retail format. So what is the target market and a retail format? A retail market is a group of consumers with similar needs, which we refer to it as a market segment, and a group of retailers that satisfy those needs using a similar retail format. So the market for children's clothing and accessories. Rather than clothing, I would use the word apparels. Apparel means ready-made garments. Accessory, when I say, it may include shoes, wristwatches, caps, wristbands, and many other products. So, a retail market is a group of consumers with similar needs, which is a retail market segment. See, those parents or children, who want to buy the branded, styled merchandise of high quality for their children. That is the group of consumers or target market, and a group of retailers that satisfy those needs using a similar retail format. Ginny and Johnny, along with their other organized competitors, you can also consider the unorganized retailers who sell for children, constitutes a retail market. So exhibit 5.1 in next slide illustrates a set of retail markets for women clothing. So this gives you a clear idea of what a retail market is. So retail markets for women's apparel. So this is American example, but no need to worry. Okay, so it's easy to understand. So here we have fashion segments or three customer segments with respect to women's apparel. So I repeat, here we have three fashion segments or three consumer segment of women for apparel. Apparel means ready-made garments. The first segment with respect to fashion is conservative. Okay. Second one is a traditional. Third segment is fashion forward. So I repeat, there are three fashion segments with respect to women's apparel. Conservative segment, traditional segment means those customers who were very conservative, okay, apparels, those who wear very traditional apparels, and those who are very fashion forward. And these are the retail formats here: specialty store, department store, discount store, and off price store. We have learned about these types of retailers now. So let us see. So what this market constitutes? The market is women's apparel fashion segment. So how the market looks like? So these are name of the store: Charming Shop, The Gap, The Limited, Talbots, Wet Seal, Urban Outfitter, H&M. H&M is present in India also. JC Penney, Kohl's, Macy's, Saks Fifth Avenue, Bloomingdale, Neiman Marcus, Family Dollar, Dollar General, Kmart, Walmart, yeah, we are aware. Target is the name of a store. Rose Stores, TJ Maxx, Stainmart, Bluefly.com. See how these retailers have positioned themselves. If you look here, Charming Shop, okay, offers women's apparel in the conservative segment. Okay, so they are not very stylish, very trendy. They are very conservative, means a simple apparels, simple designs. Whereas these three stores, the Gap, the Limited, and Tall Bots, okay, provide traditional apparels to women. When I say traditional, the regular wear. I repeat, when I say traditional, the regular wear. Okay, and these three companies, Wet Seal, Urban Outfitter, and H&M, okay, are in the fashion forward segment. Okay, their merchandise is very trendy, fashionable, and most of the times designed by well-known designers. Okay, so this is how. Okay, so these companies have positioned themselves, and this is what constitutes a retail market for women's apparel in United States of America. So I repeat, that's why what is the retail market? A group of consumers with similar needs. So look here, these group of women have a similar need with respect to one product which is called apparel. Again in apparel, yes, they are fashion conscious, but there are three separate segments: conservative, traditional, and fashion forward. And a group of retailers that satisfy those needs using a similar retail format. So you can see here the competitors. The Gap is competing with the Limited and Talbots in the traditional fashion segment for women apparel. Wet Seal is competing against Urban Outfitter and H&M in the fashion forward segment of women's apparel. So that is what constitutes a retail market. Okay, so this is an illustration of what a retail market is. That's why a retailer need to have strategy, okay, in order to compete successfully against the retailer and make its mark in the market, so that they give a good reason for the consumers to buy from the particular store. Okay, so dear students, okay, so at this point in time I will take your attendance first and then I will continue. So please give your attendance. When I call your attendance, please unmute your audio, give the attendance, and then mute again. And Sharan and Prema can help me in identifying those students who are present but are not able to give their attendance orally. You can also type in the chat box. Only those who have internet problem can type in the chat box their attendance. So beginning with Aditya, is he present?
Yes, sir. I am present.
Aditya, your first class it is?
Class.
Yeah. Akshata,
Present, sir.
Akshay Pujari, he's there?
No, sir.
No. Okay. Is he present or absent?
Absent, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Then Akshay Koradkeri,
Present, sir.
Ankita,
Present, sir.
Anusha,
Present, sir.
Apeksha,
Present, sir.
Ashutosh,
Present, sir.
yeah, Ashutosh present. After Ashutosh, Prasad,
Yes, sir.
Supriya,
Present, sir.
Divya, Divya is there?
Absent, sir.
Okay, thank you. Gautam,
Present, sir.
Gururaj, Gururaj,
Gurraj absent, sir.
absent.
Absent, sir.
Yes, thank you. Hanamant Rai,
Yes, sir.
Bhimaya,
Present, sir.
Kallaya,
Present, sir. Present, sir.
yes. Kallaya, Bhimaya both present. Then Karthik,
Yes, sir.
Manjur,
Sir.
Manoj, Meghna Kalburgi,
Yes, sir.
Meghna Lokhande,
Present, sir.
Nandan, okay, Nandan is present.
Present, sir.
Yes. Nikita,
Present, sir.
Pradeep,
Yes, sir.
Pramod,
Yes, sir.
then Pranjali, yeah, Pranjali, I saw her attendance present. Then Prashant,
Yes, sir.
Prema,
Present, sir.
Rahul, Rahul is present. Rahul, okay. Pramod, Shruti's attendance I have not yet called. Okay. Rahul, I did not hear. Ram,
Yes, sir.
Rohit,
Yes, sir.
Varsha,
Present, sir.
Samuel, are you there?
Sir. Present, sir. Samuel present.
Yes, Samuel present. Sharan present.
Present, sir.
Shruti present. Shweta.
Present, sir.
And Snehal.
Present, sir.
Darshan, Sudarshan. Sudarshan.
Absent, sir.
Okay. Sudha.
Present, sir.
Suman.
Yes, sir.
Vishal. Vishal absent. Okay. Yeah, all are considered. Yeah. Thank you for your cooperation. Now let me continue. So what we just learned is what a retail market is with an illustration of a retail market for women's apparel. Okay. Then sources of competitive advantage. So how a retailer can differentiate itself from competitors. How a retailer can differentiate itself from other competitors. Okay. So that is what we are going to consider now. So there are some sources or basis on which a retailer can differentiate itself from other retailers. So they are classified into more sustainable advantages and more sustainable sources and less sustainable sources. Okay, I repeat, it means if a retailer develops a competitive advantage using these sources like location, customer loyalty, customer service, exclusive merchandise, this competitive advantage will last for a longer period of time. That is what we say more sustainable. And if a retailer develops competitive advantage or positioning and differentiation based on these set of sources, okay, like more merchandise, greater assortments, lower prices, more advertising, more promotions. Yeah, initially the retailer may have some advantage over the competitors, but it will not sustain for a longer period of time. This competitive advantage will be for a shorter period of time, as other competitors can also imitate or copy the same source. Like another competitor also can make, okay, more merchandise available. Another competitor also can sell greater assortment, means more variety of merchandise. Okay, your competitor may also lower the price. He may also spend more on advertising and promotions. That's why these sources are less sustainable sources of competitive advantage. That's why a retailer must focus on considering these sources of competitive advantage, as they provide a more enduring or, okay, sustainable competitive advantage or positioning and differentiation to our retailer. Okay, of course we are going to learn the examples. Okay, yeah, before this, see location of the store. Okay, location of the store. Say for example, if you consider a specialty store like Ginny and Johnny or plus size, okay, or Levi's single brand retail outlet. Okay, so most of the time they are either located in, okay, shopping malls. Okay, yeah, sorry, that is not the example. We are talking about a unique location. We are talking about a unique location, okay, where competitor, it is difficult for competitors to enter. So the best example for this is warehouse clubs. Warehouse club is a type of retailer who is into retailing as well as into wholesaling. You can recall. And the Indian examples I gave you is Walmart's Best Price, store-based warehouse club, but it is into pure wholesaling. And another example was Reliance